Hello everyone, in this video I will be explaining you about formatting in Microsoft Word 2010. So the topics I will cover in this video, they are Format Painter, then how to apply subscript, superscript and shadow effects, how to apply header and footer, how to insert a column and column break, how to insert page break, line break, then I will tell you about how to set the margins, about page orientation, then how to set the paper size, how to work with tabs and indenting the text. So let us quickly start it. So let me tell you about Format Painter first of all. Format Painter, it is a tool that is present on the clipboard group of Home tab. Right? And what does it do? It basically copies the formatting of one section of text from to another. Now, what kind of formatting? Like color, font style, size, border style, etc. So let me show you practically. First of all, I am writing here the text. So let me write the text here. Here is the text. Now what I am doing? I am selecting the first paragraph. How will I select the complete paragraph? I will triple click. If you triple click on anywhere inside the paragraph, you can select the complete paragraph. Okay. So now I am choosing Format Painter option from the clipboard group of Home tab. But before that, let us apply some formatting to the first paragraph. What I will do? Let us make the color to be red and let me increase the size of the text. Let me change the font style. Let me change it to something else. Okay. Now I did 3-4 changes. Now I want that these changes should be applied to the second paragraph also. For that I am clicking on the Format Painter option and just look here. The button is changed into the brush shape. Okay, the brush shape button is there when I have clicked on this option. Now what will happen? What I have to do? I have to simply drag it to that portion of text where I want to apply this formatting. Just look here. The second paragraph will also become like the first. So this is how the working of Format Painter is. Basically it is a tool when you want to copy and apply the formatting of one section of text or graphic such as color, font style, size, border style, etc. to another section of text. Now one thing I want to tell, suppose it is not necessary that you have to select the complete paragraph. Only one single word will also do the same work. Like suppose if I select one single word and I click on the Format Painter option and I drag it to that area, so it will change into that kind only which it is applied. Alright. Now let us understand about superscript and subscript option. Let us understand about superscript and subscript option. So first of all, what is superscript? This option places the selected text slightly above the baseline. This option places the selected text slightly above the baseline. How? Let me write m square. I am writing here m square. M square 2 should come upwards. Let me select the text and let me increase the size. Now I want that 2 should come above the baseline. For that I have to select only 2. After selecting 2, I have to click on the superscript option. Where is superscript option? In the font group of Home tab. And what is the shortcut key of superscript? Control plus Shift plus plus. Means 3 keys are there. Control, Shift and plus. If you press all these 3 keys in combination, that is Control, Shift and plus, superscript function will be performed. Now I am clicking simply here. Just see. The 2 will be above the baseline. So superscript option, what does it do? It places the selected text slightly above the baseline, right? Now let us understand what is subscript option. Subscript option, it does the opposite work. It places the selected text slightly below the baseline and makes it appear smaller than the rest of the text. Now let us understand how we do it. Let us write the formula of water. Okay. Now what we have to do? Let us enlarge it. Now we want that 2 should appear at the bottom sides. So for that just select the 2 and press the subscript option. The shortcut key is Control and is equal to. Control plus is equal to is the shortcut key for subscript. So I am choosing this option from here. See here, the 2 has come slightly below the baseline. Alright, so this is about superscript and subscript. Now, let us understand other things, like suppose if we want to apply the shadow effect to a text. If we want to apply the shadow effect to a text, so how can we apply it? So what you have to do, you have to first of all select the text, then you have to click on the text effects. Where is text effects button? In the font group of home tab. As you can see, A is in blue lining, so just drop down arrow, click on the drop down arrow, and now you have various options are displayed, so you can choose any option, but let me show you this option. You have to click on the shadow option. When you click on the shadow options, again so many options are there, so you can choose for outer arrow from here, for outer shadow from here, and for inner shadow from here. Alright, so as you can see, a shadow is applied. Now the next topic is how to apply header and footer to a document. For that, you have to increase the number of pages. With the help of shortcut key Ctrl plus Enter, I have inserted 4 pages to my document. Now total number of pages are 5. Okay. Now let me show you how to apply header and footer. So for that, what we have to do, you have to click on the Insert tab, you have to click on the header option, and after clicking on the header option, you can choose any of the option, but here I am choosing this one, that is the alphabet. Now here I am double clicking on the text and I am writing here MCPS. Okay. Now I am clicking on the close header and footer option. As you all know, I have written this text on one single page only, but let us scroll downwards. Oh, it has come to the second page also. See here, it has come to the third page also. This MCPS has come to the fourth page and fifth page also. But how? Yes, we did it with the help of header option. So what is header basically? Header is the text. Header is the text that appears at the top of every page. Okay. And what is footer? Footer is the text that appear at the bottom of every page. So as I have applied header here, MCPS at the top of every page. Similarly, not only text, you can apply different things also. Let me show you how to apply. Click on the insert option again and click on the header section again, and let's click on this option now, blank 3 columns. Okay. Now suppose I want to insert some picture. So how will I insert some picture? Like this I can insert. Click on the type text option. Click on the picture option. As you can see in the insert tab, picture option is there in the design group. When I click, now you can choose any picture. Here I am choosing the penguin's picture. Okay, and click on insert. So penguin picture is inserted, but it is quite big in size. So I can make the size of the pictures small. Now just see, this picture is appearing and I am clicking on close header and footer option. Now let me show you the below pages also. See, this penguin picture is present on page 2, on page 3, on page 4 and on page 5 also. See here, on all the pages the penguin picture and the text MCPS is present. So this is the, what it is? It is the header. Alright, now let us understand the footer option. For understanding the footer option, what we have to do? Again we have to click on the insert option, then we have to click on the footer option. Then these are the footers. Basically footers are used to write the page number. So I am taking this option, alphabet option. See here, page 1 is there, then page 2, page 3, page 4. Automatically all the page numbers are appeared. So this is what footer is about. Now let us understand how to insert the columns, that is to create a multi-column document. What we have to do, first of all we have to select the paragraph. Then what we have to do, we have to click on the page layout tab. Then there is an option of columns in the page setup group, and see here so many options are coming, 1, 2, 3, left, right. So I am clicking on the 2 option. See, the text is broken down into 2 columns as you see in the newspapers. So this is how we break the text into 2 columns. Now let me show you how to break it into 3 columns. See here. Now the text is broken up into the 3 columns. Now what what is there to understand, that is how to insert the column break. As you can see, the text is divided into two columns as per their choice, but if we want that this sentence should come in the next column, this sentence should come in the next column, so what we have to do, we have to click here, we have to click on breaks option in the page layout tab and page setup group, we have to click on the column option. The moment I click on the column option, so wherever is my cursor, the text after my cursor will be shifted towards the next column like this. Now let us understand that how to insert a page break. So in order to insert a page break, what we have to do, we have to simply press the Control plus Enter key and anywhere we want to insert the page break. But before that, what we can do is we can click on the breaks button again and there is an option of page. So the moment I click on the page option, the text after my cursor will be placed to the page below it. See here, the text after my cursor will be placed on the next page and the text before my cursor will remain on the same page like this. Alright, now let us understand how to insert line break. Line break means to place the text. A line break can be placed anywhere in the document. You can place the cursor at the position where you want to add the line break and simply press the enter key like this. See here, this is the line break. But if you want to know how many line breaks are there in your document, what you have to do? You have to go to the home tab, then there is an option of show and hide. See here, this is the option of show and hide in the paragraph group. I am clicking on it. So you can see all the line breaks are shown and when again I will click it, they will get hidden. So this is how we insert the line break, right? Now let us understand how to set the margins. Basically, what is margin? Margin refers to the amount of blank space between the edges of the page and the document text, isn't it? Now there are four sides of a document: top, bottom, left and right. So the default margins are set to 1 inches from top, 1 inches from left and right and 1 inches from top and bottom. Now let us check it. So how can we check it? So what we have to do for that? We have to click on the page layout option. We have to click on the margins option. Normal option is selected by default. So this is the by default margins. Then narrow, the margins will be less. That is from top and bottom it is 5.5 inches. From left and right it is 0.5 inches. In moderate, this measurement is there. Also you can customize your margin by clicking on the custom margin option and you can choose here whatever margins you want. Suppose I want more margin from the left side, so I will increase the margin size from the left side and I will click on OK. So it will look like this, okay? So you can always customize your margin with the help of which option? With the help of margin option and custom margin option. Alright, the more measurement you give, the more space it will give you. Now let us understand the rulers bar. As you can see, there are two rulers in our document. One is vertical ruler and one is horizontal ruler, isn't it? So this also specify the margin size. Like suppose if I decrease it, if I decrease the vertical ruler, so what is happening? The size is increasing, isn't it? So this is how it will work vertically and horizontally also it will work like this. See. Alright. Now let us understand how to set the page orientation. The default orientation of the page, what it is, students? This is portrait. Now what is portrait? Portrait is the vertical orientation of a page. Portrait is the vertical orientation of the page. That is the portrait. We can change it into landscape also. How we can change it? Let's click on the orientation button on the page setup group of page layout tab. So when I clicked on page setup tab, inside the page setup page layout tab, inside the page setup group on the option of orientation, I found the landscape. So here it is. Now let's what is landscape? It is the horizontal orientation of the page. Now let us understand how to set the paper size. Here it is, the size option in the page layout tab only. Now see here, so many sizes of paper are there like letter, tabloid, legal, executive, A3, A4. Generally we keep it A4 size, okay, because we take the printouts on the A4 size sheets. But we can always change the size from here. Now let us understand how to work with tabs. To understand how to work with tabs, what you have to do, first of all you have to understand that whenever you press the tab key inside on your keyboard, it will give you half inches spaces by default. It will give half inch space by default. See here I am showing you, I am pressing tab key from the keyboard, so it is giving half inches space. Now suppose if you want to decrease or increase the size of tab space, what you can do? You can click on the paragraph dialog box and where on the paragraph group of the page layout tab. See here on this dialog box launcher I am clicking. Now there is an option of tabs. I am clicking on the tabs option. Now see 0.5 inches is the default size. Now I am increasing it to 1 inches or more. So whenever I will press the tab key, now it will give me the space of 1 inches or more, whatever I have specified. Alright. So basically we can set the tab stop along the ruler as per our requirement, and whenever we will press the tab key, the cursor automatically jumps to the next tab, isn't it? Now let us understand what is indentation. It determines the amount of spacing between the text and the page margins. Alright, see here as you can see this paragraph. Now what is the space between the page margin and the text? Now what I will do is I will select the text and I will go to the home tab, and there are two options in the paragraph group. One is decrease indent and another one is increase indent. I will click on increase indent option. As you can see, the paragraph is shifting towards the right side as I am pressing the increase indent option, and when I will press the decrease indent option, the paragraph is coming back to its normal state. It is shifting towards the left side. Alright, so basically these two options will work accordingly. Whenever you will select the text, it will shift towards the right side. Whenever you will press the increase indent option, the complete text will be shifted towards the right hand side, and half inches, because half inches tab space you have, it is by default. Alright. So this is all about in this chapter, formatting in MS Word 2010.